Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this evening? Okay, first things first, it is currently, since I usually say this on my blog, 1:23 a.m. and we are moving hotels tomorrow. So we just got back about an hour ago and packed up all of our stuff and we're ready to go. And we're gonna move from this hotel to another hotel, and I'm sure we can't check in that early because we have to check out of here at 11. So we're just gonna wear our swimsuits over there. I always say like bathing suit or swimsuit, and Tanya, I think it was both Tanya and Valerie were like, that's so funny that you call them swimsuits or something like that. And I was like, what do you call them? And they were like swimming trunks or something. I can't remember what they said, but anyway, Tanya was the one I think that was laughing at me. But anyway, so we've got all of our stuff all packed up. Alex is in bed, and he was like, don't forget to turn your light on for your vlog. So I just turned my light on for my vlog. So first things first, we're already packed. Second thing, this is not going to be a long vlog tonight, which is where you guys all go look and see how long the vlog is, and it's like 12 minutes or 15 minutes or something. Third thing is, last night, and I'll talk about this in a second, but last night I finished The Undoing. Well, I can just talk about it now. Have you guys seen this show? If you have not seen this show, you need to watch it. It's on HBO Max. If you have HBO Max, watch it. It is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my entire life. It's 6 episodes. It's literally like the whole show is so good, but the last 2 episodes are like sit on the edge of your seat kind of episodes. I have a little diet Pepsi I'm having. Because I've got all kinds of stuff and I don't want to have to carry everything over to the new hotel. But anyway, it's literally like edge of your seat, kind of like suspense. So I finished it, and I was then wide awake. Last night I had an espresso and coffee and stuff, and it kind of hit me after I got done vlogging and watching those shows. I vlogged for a long time last night. I vlogged for like 50 minutes, which I don't usually ever do on vacation. So I was like up, and I was like, I could have gone to sleep because we have been using that Alexa and, you know, the sounds, and so Alex always puts it on thunderstorms. So the entire bedroom sounds like there's a thunderstorm happening right now, which I love, and I can sleep so well. It's really super windy out here tonight, so for those of you that like the sound of the ocean, it's like really wavy and very windy out tonight. So I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Can you hear it? You can hear it. So I don't know if you can on camera, but sometimes what I hear isn't what you guys hear. But so then I was like, I don't know what to watch, and everybody had been telling me to watch Behind Her Eyes. So I actually read that book by Sarah Penborough, and it was like one of my favorite books. I read it a couple years ago for that year. It was the same year that I read Woman in the Window, because I read them almost like either back to back or one book in between. There was like another book in between that I read. I also read Paula Hawkins' Into the Water that year, Kate Hamer's The Girl in the Red Coat. There was like a lot of books that were very similar that I read that year. The Girl in the Red Coat by Kate Hamer is one of the best books I've ever, I don't know, it's Hamer, but it's one of the best books I've ever read in my life. It was so fantastically done. It's about a kidnapping. And so anyway, I finished it and I was like, well, I kind of want to watch something different. And you know, I was having this thought today. It's like, I had said in a drama video that I was going to watch the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and Prince Harry interview with Oprah Winfrey. And I will watch it because I said I would. But now that like some time has gone by, I'm just like, I can watch that stuff, and I need to watch the rest of the Britney Spears documentary, and I want to watch the Paris Hilton documentary. But while I'm out of town, like on vacation, sometimes it's really hard for me to get into like really kind of like very serious topical stuff. Like it's one thing to watch a thriller, you know, or like something like a true crime documentary, which I know you would say, well, isn't a true crime documentary kind of like that? It is, but the documentaries are done from kind of like, not just an educational point of view. I mean, we all know that it's like entertainment on Netflix and stuff like that, right? So when I'm watching those interviews and those kinds of stuff, it seems so serious that even though they're very interesting to watch, I'd rather save that until I get home. So I wanted to watch something that was kind of like, more like a movie or a series while I'm, here. So I was going through my stuff to see what I had watched, and I was actually going to start watching RuPaul's Drag Race, the UK first season. And then I was like, well, I kind of want to watch something like a movie, because I just watched 6 episodes, and so I was like, well, I want to watch something that's not such a commitment for my, first, thing back or whatever after finishing that show. So I was like, Tanya had told me to watch Hillbilly Elegy with Glenn Close and Amy Adams, 2 actresses that I absolutely adore. I actually did not used to like Glenn Close. Her earlier movies, I liked her on The Jagged Edge. I thought she was great in that movie. But Fatal Attraction, that was a movie for me where I kind of if you've ever seen that movie, when somebody kind of gets typecasted after that, after that movie, I had a hard time. I mean, I was young when that movie came out, but when I saw it when I was older, I just didn't enjoy Glenn Close in other movies after that. I loved, well, that's not true. In the Big Chill, I loved her in The Big Chill. But when I saw her in The Wife a couple years ago, did you guys ever see that movie? It's fantastic. And she deserved an Academy Award for that movie, and it was so good. It was literally one of the best performances I've ever seen. So I started watching Hillbilly Elegy last night, not really knowing what to expect. So I'm about halfway through right now. Amy, I had to go to bed because I was it's getting so late, I'm not going to get up tomorrow in time. Amy Adams is absolutely phenomenal in it. And Glenn Close is unrecognizable as this kid's mama. It's so well done, you guys. It is I got a couple people that commented in my vlog, and they're Hillbilly Elegy was horrible, it was really bad. I mean, it's a Ron Howard movie, produced and written by Ron Howard, written by J.D. Vance, who's the main character in the book. And I mean, it's based on a true story. Amy Adams, Oscar-winning Amy Adams, is fantastic in it. I loved her in the movie Junebug. Did you ever see Junebug back in the day? When her brother comes home and she's so excited, she's real pregnant, and she's talking to the girlfriend, and she goes, I bet you were a cheerleader. And she goes, I was. And she goes, get out of here. Oh, she's so hilarious, or something like that. I love that movie Junebug so much. And how that she was married in Junebug to the guy that was in the OC. Do you remember that show, the OC? Ryan, I think his name was Ryan in that show. But anyway, so I started watching that last night. I got about halfway through, and it's really, 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 really good. And then I went to bed. Got up today and went to the beach. And you guys, I am wearing so much sunscreen, and I'm literally, I'm just getting completely burnt. I was just showing Alex, my legs. I would have to hike up my shorts pretty high because I had pulled them up when I was laying down. So I'm not gonna do that, but my leg is literally white, and then it's red. It's and I have people are you're not wearing sunscreen. Yes, I am. I'm wearing 30 plus sunscreen all over my whole body. And Alex even put it on my back for me and stuff. So, but we had a great day on the beach. We swam out to the sandbar. We swam out to the sandbar. And I'm afraid of sharks, so that's a big deal for me, right? Because the sandbar was way out. We swam out there, and Alex was like, would you do this by yourself? And I was like, I mean, I could, but I probably wouldn't. I like to stay a little closer to shore, but the water was perfect today. It was so nice. And the other couple days, it kind of reminded me of Lake Michigan in the summer. It was really, really cold. Well, we didn't get in the pool yesterday, or we didn't get in the beach yesterday, but the days before that, it was it was so cold that when you jump in, it's absolutely freezing. But today it was perfect outside. It was really nice. I think it was 80, 81 today here. Water was crystal clear. It was perfect. Beach wasn't that busy. We got lunch on the beach. I had grilled cheese with fries, and Alex had a chicken Caesar salad. Caesar salad or chicken Caesar salad. He got an order of fries too. And then, yeah, I got a like a big bucket of ice and Diet Pepsis, and Alex had some Trulies that he'd brought down from the room, and then did he have some Pepsi too? It's some leftover Pepsis from yesterday. But anyway, and then I finished Black Coral, which is the Andrew Main book, which is the sequel to The Girl Beneath the Sea. It was so good. It was just as good as The Girl Beneath the Sea, if not better. Well, they were different. They were both completely different. So I don't know which one I would say was better. I mean, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like one was like better than the other. I feel like this story on this one, like the mystery, was better. But like I liked the development of the first one. There was more like action and people were trying to get her and stuff like that. There wasn't so much of that in this one. I'm all hunched over because you guys the whole week have been on, like in here and for my drama videos, my tripod has been, do you guys want to see? It's kind of funny. Hold on a second. You've been this Kleenex box holder the whole week. So that's what I've been using. Alex just told me, he's like, that's kind of a cute shirt. And I was like, well, this is the shirt I've been wearing outside because, of course, I didn't bring a hoodie, so I had to have something to wear because it's kind of chilly up here at night. We're on the 26th floor, so, and we're right on the ocean, so it gets kind of cold, you know? So anyway, we were sitting on the beach and we were trying to figure out what we were going to do for dinner. And the dinners down here are super expensive. And, I mean, wherever you go, it's expensive down here. And so, because of that, we were like, well, let's kind of do something low-key tonight, right? And I was, like, trying to look for reservations, but here's the deal. Because you can't, like, because of the spring break thing, and so since everything is closed down early, if you don't make reservations, you're probably not getting dinner somewhere, right? But if you... all the places that take reservations are typically places that are pretty expensive. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You either eat or you don't. Or you walk down the street and hope to find some place that is serving pizza or something, you know what I mean? And you know, when we came down here for Ultra, we used to do that all the time. We would get like, we would go to the, oh, we need to do that while we're down here. I keep on forgetting about that. There's a place called La Sandwichery or something. It's just like this little like sandwich place. I think it's French owned and operated maybe, or Belgian owned and operated. There's 2 of them I think here, but they make these huge sandwiches and they're fantastic. We would go there, or we would go to Burger King, or we would get pizza late at night. That's what we would do, so we weren't always like spending a lot of money on dinners. So anyway, we were sitting on the beach and I was like trying to figure out, I was like looking at the different restaurants and trying to figure out a place that we were gonna go eat. And there's a restaurant in the Fontainebleau. I think I'm mispronouncing it. A couple people were like, it's not Fontainebleau, it's Fontainebleau or something. I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't know. But anyway, there's an Italian restaurant here called Scarpetta that's like really nice and well known or whatever. So we were like, let's just do that and then we can stay around the hotel and then we can pack and whatever. And I started looking at the menu, and it was like, the prices were pretty expensive, but we were like, okay, this will be the easiest thing to do, to just be at the hotel and whatever. And I was like, this is so stupid. Like, if we're gonna spend this kind of money, we might as well go somewhere where we're gonna actually have like an experience, you know? So I looked online because we had met our friend the other night, the one that owns both of these places, at this place called The Deck at Jungle Gardens or something like that. It's on the water. You go across the bridge from South Beach into Miami, and or the causeway, I don't know what that's called over there, but you go over there and it's literally like halfway between off the bridge, halfway between here and like downtown Miami. And it's like in the middle of nowhere, you guys. I told Alex when we were on the way over there tonight, I was like, this is where like, it looks like somebody would dump a body, like a serial killer. I mean, it's literally hidden back there. And all of a sudden you come up on this little like driveway and you pull in, and there's just a little dock that goes up, and it's this restaurant. And this restaurant, you guys, is incredible. Like I talked about it on here the other night. Although the other night when we were over there on Sunday night, because Sunday night's like their busiest night. They had like dancers and I mean the dancers were dressed like they were like, had flames, and it was like very much like modern day, like Greek dancers and stuff like that. It was beautiful, and it's like the place is all tinted and white and stuff like that. So I looked on there, and they had a reservation for 9:30. Well, first when I looked, it was like 9:15, and 9:30, and then when I refreshed it, it just was 9:30. So people were like getting it like that, right? And I was like, oh, this will be expensive, but let's just do it because it'll be an experience. You know, we'll have a nice romantic dinner together, and you know. And we're gonna be staying around here anyway, so we might, you know. And I was like, I know we'll get back late, but hell, we're down in Miami. We don't get to do this very often, so whatever. So I said, do you want to go to the deck tonight? He was like, yeah. She was like, that would be great. So because it was late, I could come up here and I could make a video, and then we could take a nap and you know all that kind of spend some time together and all that. So came up from the beach about 5:30. I made a video, uploaded it, got it all ready and all that kind of stuff. And then we, you know, took a nap and whatever. And then we got up and we got ready and we went to, it's called the deck. God, we had so much fun tonight, you guys. It was so funny. When we walked in, there was this woman sitting there. Like when you walk in, there's like outside before you get in. It's all outside and like covered with like this big awning. But before you go in, there's like a dock. And then there's like big, like, not a lot of them, but there was like one or two big, not cruise ships, but just like personally owned, you know, like, but like $10 million boats. It looks like the boat from Below Deck is like, you know what I'm talking about, the boat from Below Deck. Okay, it's like parked right outside the restaurant. So there was a woman sitting there and she was like, hey you guys, and I was like, hey, and she was like, could you do me a favor? And I was like, yeah, sure, what? And she was like, it's my birthday, and she was like, and I'm here eating dinner. She was all dressed up. She was red dress on and everything like that. And she was like, I'm eating dinner by myself, and she was like, and could you take a picture for me for my birthday? And I looked at her and I go, sweetie, I said, I don't take pictures. She looked at me and she was like, and I go, I'm totally joking. I'm totally joking. I said, yeah, sure. I don't have a problem, but let me get my husband. I said, because he is like the picture person. He'll get you perfect pictures. So Alex talked to her and he was so sweet, and he like, they exchanged numbers, and he was like taking all these pictures. He was like, let me edit them for you real quick. And so he edited them for her. She was so nice. And so anyway, we went, she got seated and then we got seated. And we got seated at this big section. It was like this couch and whatever. And it just wasn't, it was like not comfortable. Like it was like, I felt like I was like in a, like, you know, Lindsay Lohan's bar in Santorini or something. You know what I mean? Like it was like this like nightclub section with like this big white couch. And we were like, the speaker for the music was like right here, and I could not hear my husband speak. And so when the server came, I said, if you can't and there's no place, I totally understand, but if you could move us, that would be completely great. So she was like, well, that would be great. So she's like, well, let me check really quick and see what we have. So she came back like 2 seconds later. She's like, oh, we have a table for 2. Would you like to go see where it's at? And Alex is like, yeah, go let him see where it's at. So I went over and I looked, and it was like perfect. It was like nestled right in this little corner. It's, you know, all cuddly back there. And that woman was sitting right next, she was sitting right in front of us. So I said, yeah, that'd be perfect. So, and it was more like, it was quieter over there, but you could still hear the music, and it was still real fun. You could see the whole restaurant from where we were sitting, because we were like in the back. And so, so she sat us there, and we ended up talking to this woman, you guys. She doesn't watch my channels, but she said we took pictures, and she's like, you can post them. I said, if I post them on Instagram or something, do you care? She's like, no. So happy birthday, Tatiana T. We had so much fun. So if you know Tatiana, she's from Atlanta. We had such a great time talking to her tonight. She was so much fun. We talked about everything. We had so much fun. We were laughing. We were the loudest people in this entire restaurant bar, and it was loud, and we were having so much fun. She was cracking us up, and we were cracking her up, and we just had such a good time. It reminded me of Tanya Jean and I. Tanya Jean and I don't know strangers. We talked to everybody, and we had so much fun. And so anyway, I told the waiter, because he came over and he was like waiting both of our tables, and at the end she was like looking at the dessert menu, and she was like, I don't really know. This is funny. So I ended up getting like a Greek salad. I put it on my Instagram. You guys, these salads were ginormous. They were like this big, and the tomatoes that were cut up were like that big. And I don't usually like tomatoes like that, but tonight they were really good. And big pieces of like, what is that? What's the cheese that they put in Greek salads? Why can't I think? Not ricotta cheese, but anyway. And then Alex had cucumber and avocado salad. And then he had a margarita pizza and truffle fries. And I had Buttolini pasta, and it had like a cheese crust over it, and it was really good. And then I had 2 coffees, and Alex had some wine. And one of the desserts that they had was baked Alaska. And when I was a little kid, my dad and I, we used to go to this restaurant called The Wharf, and it was like a chain restaurant, I think, but it was like all seafood, and the whole place looked like a boat. Like you would go there and it like looked like you were on a boat. And they had baked Alaska, and it's like cake with like it's like ice cream with cake around it, and then they light it on fire, and it's like, I loved it when I was a kid. So I was telling Alex, I was like, you know, we have to get this, because he had never had it before, and I was like, oh, you have to have it, like, you know. But they didn't end up having it. They didn't have baked Alaska. They were out of it by the time that they got to us. He was like, we only make so much of it every day, and we're out of it. So anyway, they brought her stuff out, and we sang her happy birthday, and it was really, we took pictures with her and stuff, and it was really fun. And we were there, we got there at like 9:30, and we stayed there until, because we got there like right at 9:30, and then we stayed there until like midnight, because they threw up the lights, they closed at midnight. And we were like, and there were a lot of people that were still there too. But it was fun. If you're ever in Miami and you want to have a special dinner, go look at my Instagram, because I tagged it, and you can go see the deck at Jungle Gardens. It's so fantastic, you guys. It's really, and it's, I mean, you can wear whatever, like, I threw on a pair of jeans that I brought down here tonight. And unfortunately, the jeans fit, they just did not fit comfortably in the waist, and I was like, I want to be comfortable tonight. So I ended up wearing shorts with this button-down collar shirt that I have. I think that's the person next door to me. That kind of makes me nervous, but anyway, so I wore shorts with my button-down collared shirt tonight, and yeah, and then we came back here and we packed and got all of our stuff ready, and now we're ready to head out tomorrow. So that scared me, but anyway, now I'm gonna go finish the Hillbilly Elegy. So I was gonna maybe talk a little bit longer, but since somebody's out here listening to me, I don't really want to do that. I'm not comfortable doing that. So, as you can see, because I lowered my voice. But anyway, I will tomorrow probably vlog a little bit longer, hopefully. All right. So anyway, I love you guys so much, and I will see you then. Bye. Love ya. Oh, and of course, since it's shorter, you get one more I love you. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.